from the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Roz. Mocha. I pick Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow! You just won $1,000.
That is amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Powered by Air Transat.
I know we talk a lot about like the duct cleaning calls and the telemarketer calls and all of this stuff where they're trying to scam you. And I got hit with another one, an email one, and I know people that this has happened to before, and it's freaky. But if this happens to you, all you got to do is just take a breath and calm down and realize that it's a hustle.
Okay.
Which is, I got an email sent to me, and the subject line was a password that I used to use in the subject line.
No.
Yeah. And immediately my heart jumped because I'm like, God, I haven't used that password in like 15 years. Like, it's not attached to anything that I currently use like at all. But it was a password that I used, and it was very specific, this password that I used to use. And within that email is an attachment that I did not open, but I know somebody that this happened to, and they clicked the attachment.
No, they didn't!
Out of fear. And it wasn't malware or anything like that they know of, but what it was instructions on how to forward them money, because they say that they have that password and they've been using the camera on your computer to track the X-rated websites that you go to, and they have video of you while you're looking at those websites. And unless you want them to send those videos and pictures to everybody in your contact list, then you got to send them Bitcoin.
Wasn't there an episode of Black Mirror?
Yeah, so very similar. Yeah, but this is because
happened to a kid.
Well, this is a classic scam, right? But what
did the person do? Did they send the money?
No, they didn't. But I know people, like, there are people, you can go online, there are people who have, because it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, normally with the calls, right? Like, and we've gone through this so many times where you get the call and it's, hey, we are doing, we're doing a duct cleaning service in your area, a big discount. And you're like, yeah, what area is that? And they have no idea. They have no information about you at all. It's just a script that these guys are reading. But when you get an email and the subject line of that email is your password, people act. And this scam gets a lot of people. Like a lot of people.
Because then you start thinking about your online activity.
Yes. Right?
That's why.
Maury's shaking his head right now. Maury, how much Bitcoin have you sent these people? Be honest.
Thousands.
Be honest.
Thousands.
How much Bitcoin have you sent these people?
No, I've sent none. But here's the thing. There's a piece of paper over the camera on my computer at home.
I have postage stamps over my cameras.
I put, not duct tape, like painter's tape. I put like 2 strands.
Yeah, like the sticky blues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The frog tape. Yeah. No, I know.
But maybe they could see through that. You don't know.
There's another computer that I bought.
Yeah.
And I had to buy a monitor for it. And I made sure that the monitor had no front-facing camera.
Can't they get you through baby monitors too and stuff? I heard people can hack through like baby monitors.
Why do you have a baby monitor?
No, I don't. I'm just saying.
Oh, well then why are you worried?
Are you asking for instructions on how to?
Because I don't. And Google
so wait a
Home?
minute. If I have a kid, I have to stop looking at porn?
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Hello?
Hey, Leah, it's Roz and Mocha.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Okay, so Roz, the new Lady and the Tramp live action movie is on Disney+.
Yes.
And everybody knows the famous spaghetti scene where the two dogs put the spaghetti strand in each mouth, and then they suck on the spaghetti strand.
No spoilers.
Meet in the middle and they kiss, right?
Yes.
So here's the text that Leah sent.
Okay.
To 925-555. So I made a bunch of spring rolls last night, and I was sharing the plate with my hubby, and I wanted to be cute and do the Lady and the Tramp scene, but with the spring roll. So I put the spring roll in my mouth, and I told him to take a bite. but the dummy chomped on my lip and I started to bleed and it was not cute. So first of all, are you okay, Leah?
Yeah, no, I'm totally fine. He's so dumb sometimes. Like, I think he was watching TV at the same time.
Yeah.
And so while we were doing it, I could see his eye was on the TV, and then that's when he bit my lip.
This is actually, you know what? I'd like to hear from other people on this, because I think that a lot of people would, and you don't have to give your name, but 925-555 or call us at 416-870-8888. I would be very interested in hearing your stories of when sexy went wrong.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking back now, there's a couple times where I thought what I was doing was sexy and then it just went wrong and I wound up hurting myself, or even worse, Catherine. I think we all have those stories. It's interesting. So how's your lip doing?
I mean, it's fine. I was a bit swollen, and then I was like, I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Again. When sexy goes wrong.
Leah, what was his reaction after all that happened?
He started laughing. And then he started laughing, and I was like, "You're so dumb! Like, you're so dumb." Hit a little bit on the head because he's a little bit bald, so I like to hit him like on that part of his head when I'm mad at him, and I walked away, and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to bed.
Hold on here. So when you're mad at your husband, you slap him in his bald spot?
Yeah, is that mean?
You're the worst.
That's love right there. Hey, Leah, love you lots. Thanks so much for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show.
Bye.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast.
Hi, it's Roz and Mocha. Who's this?
Oh my God! Hi, Mocha.
Hey.
It's Jessa.
What's up, Jessa?
So I wanted to call in about sexy that has gone wrong for me in the past.
Oh, yeah, go for it. How long ago did this happen?
All years ago, before the man that I'm with now. I remember we were having an intimate discussion on the couch, and then we were just talking, and then, one thing leads to another. Before we were doing that, we obviously had to kiss first. And when he was leaning towards to kiss me, I had a cold. So when we were kissing, stuff just came out of my nose. Like, it was so bad. I know, it was so bad. And then I felt like he knew, but then he just kind of acted like everything was okay. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's salty, whatever. And then I just kind of, I didn't want to do anything further, but he's like, it's okay. To me at that point, I'm like, no.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, that was so embarrassing.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that's ever had that.
Okay, would it make you feel better, Jessa, if I read to you guys a couple of texts that we're still getting at 925-555?
Yes, please.
Somebody wrote in and said, romantic home-cooked dinner, homemade pasta and sauce, cut up some dried chili peppers. Dinner led to the business, but them spicy peppers stayed on my hand. Let's just say it burned everywhere.
No, that's the worst. That's the worst.
I'll read you another one. My husband was trying to be cute one time and wanted to hug me from behind. He is 6 foot tall. I am 5'2". He wrapped his arms around my neck and accidentally squeezed way too hard. I began coughing and choking until my eyes watered. At first, he thought I was faking it and made fun of me until he realized I couldn't actually breathe. He spent the entire weekend apologizing, saying that it's not his fault that he's so strong.
Oh my God! Wow.
Let me read you this one here.
I wish everybody would just air out their dirty laundry.
Well, here's another one. This woman just wrote us, I tried to impress my boyfriend on a trampoline with some cheerleading tricks and kicks. He bounced down while I was bouncing up, and I kicked him in the mouth. I chipped his tooth and made his mouth bleed. I was left with a bruised toe and a clear bite mark on it.
Oh, no! No!
Sexy can go wrong so fast, though, if you're not careful. It really can.
100%. But you don't also want to plan it being sexy, because then it's just a total failure.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of the ones that I hear where sexy goes wrong is somebody trying to do a move that they haven't been trained to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. You're just going in blind, hoping that it works.
Oh my God, I have another story.
Oh, go for it.
Go for it.
So I do a dance heels every Wednesday before, right, to do the sexy dance, it's an hour dance. And then I tried to do that move to an ex-boyfriend before. And what I was doing, I stepped on his toe with the freaking 4-inch heels.
Oh.
It was terrible. Yeah, the heel dug almost so deep in between his big toe and then actually beside it, and I was like, oh my god, he was in pain. It was red.
You've really hurt a lot of ex-boyfriends, huh? You're like the Black Widow.
Thanks, Jessa.
No problem. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
I'm going to read you one more, Roz.
Yes, please.
A few years ago, my girlfriend and I were getting down to business, and randomly, she said to me, quote, tackle me like you tackle your football friends.
Oh, God.
It killed the mood so bad, I just couldn't keep going, and she got all sad and felt bad. We still joke about it from time to time, but that was probably the worst mood killer possible. Tackle me like you tackle your football friends.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
1 month exactly to Christmas
I know,
Day.
it's crazy.
Wow.
That's crunch time.
It is.
Like, I know we can talk about crunch time, but when you're 1 month, that's crunch time.
I still haven't bought anything.
Boughten?
I have not bought a darn thing.
Maybe a grammar book. Yourself.
It's interesting when somebody asks you, like, what do you want? I'm like, I don't have an answer for that.
Same.
Catherine always asks me what I want. I'm like, I don't have an answer.
Oh, I know what I want.
I don't.
I know, you
don't
want a
know.
dog.
So bad.
Yeah. I have
How's
no
that
idea what
conversation
I want.
going at home? Because you've wanted a dog for how long now?
Forever.
Yeah.
Like since Matthew and I got together, and he always keeps tricking me with things, you know, for my
he
birthday.
buys you accessories for the dog.
For my birthday, he got me a box, and in the box was a dog bowl, a little tiny baseball hat for the dog, and he's like,
you think a dog gonna wear a baseball hat?
Yeah.
Right, you guys have no
and I'm
idea.
like, oh my god,
about pets.
is there another box somewhere with a dog? He's like, no, this just means I'm thinking about it.
But didn't he buy you something else recently, too?
Yeah, so he got custom stockings for our mantle that we don't have.
He bought one for the dog.
And he got a Maury, a Matthew, and a tiny little one
You
for
say
the
a
dog.
mantle that you don't have?
Yeah, we don't have a mantle.
Oh, so you gotta buy you a mantle now?
So he got a tiny little Andy for our dog stocking.
Okay, so so Matthew bought a stocking for the dog. Their dog that they don't have already has a name.
Yeah.
And a bowl.
And a bowl.
And a leash.
They've already named their dog.
And one more thing.
Yeah.
And one more thing came out on Friday.
Yeah.
Another
what
what?
came on Friday?
A Swarovski encrusted dog tag with the name on it.
With Andy on it.
Yeah, Andy Monroe.
Andy Monroe.
Hold on a second. So Matthew bought a necklace for the dog?
Yeah.
That, like, how much was it?
Was so it was like $100, I guess.
Yeah. For Andy Monroe, the dog that they don't have.
And a stocking.
that already has a stocking and a baseball hat.
And the hook for the stocking.
Is that not the wildest thing you've ever heard, man?
So,
Like, their lives are
And here's
so
the best.
weird.
Can I
So
tell you this? We act out at home as though we have a dog. So it'll be 9 p.m. and I'm like, and Matthew will be like, well, are you going to go walk Andy or is Andy going to have to pee on the carpet? I'm like, okay, I'll go walk Andy.
And then do you physically leave the condo and then come back?
And I'll stand at the door and go,
I don't know. It sounds to me like Matthew's having an affair.
Yeah, he's leaving you for some guy named Andy.
Who has that much power in a relationship where they make their partner go and walk the fake dog to just prove that
Oh,
they're
and the fake
responsible
dog.
enough to walk a dog?
the fake dog is not allowed on the bed.
Right.
Of course not. You got to establish the rules early, bro.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast.
Let's talk about food with Air Transat and those gourmet meals that they offer. Breakfast as well, created by celebrity Quebec chef Daniel Vizina.
Yeah, hold on here. Let me just give me 1 second. I want to see here.
What are you doing?
I just want to Google for 1 quick second some of the stuff that's on this menu because I know we talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
But if you get a chance right now and you're near your phone, I just Googled the Air Transat menu in club class.
Yeah.
And
Because it says here, each meal served with salad, dessert, glass of wine. Breakfast is served with a croissant,
Yeah.
yogurt, orange juice, coffee. And then the chef's menu by Daniel Vizina is just like a wide variety of things.
Right. And when you there's the one picture that just shows up like right on the main page when you look, and it's just like it's chicken with like a gravy and a green and a little beautiful like potato. Like the food is spectacular.
It's not what you would expect to get on a plane.
No, and that's the whole thing with airplane food is that historically, like the joke is the food on airplanes is terrible. Like it's a joke because it's true for the most part, but really when you sit down and you go through this menu and then they actually put it in front of you and you eat it, it's the most enjoyable meal you'll have on a flight, guaranteed.
So you can get this gourmet meal, this chef's menu by Daniel Vizina when you fly club class, but a limited number of meals are available for purchase on flights to Europe and the South in economy class. So that's a bonus for you right there. You just have to pre-order those at least 72 hours before your flight. So you want to check out the pictures, you want to get these deals, you want to see what your options are, go to their website right now, airtransat.com.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I have an email to read to you.
Yeah, man.
Roz and Mocha at kiss925.com. Roz and Mocha, last week, you guys were talking about soap operas and something about hating Eric Braeden. I love Victor Newman. What's the story?
Oh, God.
So to go along with the explanation, I actually have the conversation here.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, so if we want to go through the story, and then I can play for everybody exactly what went down in November of 2011.
2011?
Yeah. So the hate for Victor Newman has been strong for 8 years.
Yeah. So, okay. So he was offered up to us. They came to us. We didn't go to them to do this interview. And I don't even know what he was promoting. I don't even know. What was he promoting? Just the show? No, we wouldn't have done an interview just to promote the show. Okay, yeah, he was doing an appearance and he wanted to do some
Victor
press.
Newman from Young and the Restless, by the way.
Yeah.
Or Eric Braeden.
And he wanted to do some press. And we were like, yeah, sure. You know, a lot of people love the show. A lot of people love Victor Newman. He's got that voice and it'll be totally fun. But the way that it worked was he couldn't come on live during the show. So we were going to talk to him after the show and then just sort of play around with it and have some fun with it the next day. Fair enough, no problem. And we had him scheduled for a certain time, and we called him, and then we walked into the studio, and he was on hold, and we sat down, and we tried to say hi to him. And at that point, everything just should have been fine, because we were we were on time, but it takes time to put somebody on hold and transfer a call and all this other stuff. And we were super pumped to talk to Victor Newman. And then we got him on the line, and this is just how the conversation went.
What's happening?
How's it going?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Doing fantastic. How's the...
You guys are 6 minutes late.
Sorry?
You guys are 6 minutes late.
Yeah, sorry.
You do television, or what do you do?
Radio show.
I do both. I do TV and a radio show.
Okay, brother.
So how long you been on Y&R now?
30 years.
30 years.
31 years.
When you meet people, when Mocha's mom and his two sisters found out that we were talking to you, the three of them lost their mind.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ever get used to that?
It's always very nice, obviously. It's very nice.
And when people meet you, when your fans line up to meet you and stuff, do they ask you? Do they sometimes mistake you for your character, Victor Newman?
Yeah. Well, that inevitably happens when you watch a show for that many years or whatever, and you just see the character. Mm-hmm. You inevitably identify with the character. Yeah.
Do you like doing press? Do you enjoy this part of the job?
Yeah. Well, when I call at 6 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock in the morning here.
Yeah.
Someone needs to pick up the damn phone. Okay? It's 6:05. Anyway, here we go.
All right, okay. Eric, thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Thanks.
Enjoy Toronto when you come down.
Right.
Right? The drama right off the bat.
For God's sakes, you know what I mean? It wasn't 6 minutes, it was 4. But we called, here's the thing, is that we called him on time.
Yeah.
It just takes a minute to get everything set. If you go and do any show in the world, nobody walks into the building and they walk them from reception onto set.
Right.
It just doesn't happen. When you call into somewhere like this, we need to make sure everything's cool and everything's ready to go. We need to make sure the guest is on the phone and he's on hold and everything is great. But yeah, so just don't be crusty, man. Like, you've been in show business for 50 years.
Yeah.
You know how it works. Like, sometimes when you're doing a big show, you got to sit and wait for 4 minutes.
So we were like, okay, after that, well, what do we do? So we played that interview. And then what else do we do? Oh, well, let's take his answer and turn it into a remix song.
Eric Braeden. Eric Braeden.
What's happening?
Oh, yeah.
You do television or what do you do?
Yeah.
Okay, brother.
Eric Braeden.
Guys are 6 minutes late. Anyway, here we go. Somebody should pick up the damn phone. Phone. You guys are 6 minutes late. Yeah, when I call at 6 o'clock, it was 6 o'clock in the morning here. Somebody should pick up the damn phone. Okay? 6:05. Somebody should pick up the damn phone.
Yeah.
Phone. You guys are 6 minutes late.
Yeah.
Late. Yeah, when I call at 6 o'clock, it was 6 o'clock in the morning here. Somebody should pick up the damn phone. Okay? 6:05.
So that's the Eric Braeden story,
Yeah,
everybody.
there you go.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast.
Hey, Roz and Mocha, I have a quick question for you guys.
Okay, first of all, what's your name?
Daniela.
Daniela, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I listen to you guys all the time. You guys are awesome.
Oh, thanks.
So my question to you is, me and my husband constantly talk about this, and it's, what would you do if you won the lottery? We have like this master plan as to what we would do, and I wonder, like, do you and your spouses talk about this regularly, like us?
Well, first of all, before we tell you what our answer is, what's your answer? Like, what's the master plan with you and your husband?
For sure, like, we live like up north far, so we want to come back down to like closer to the city, like where you live, like in Aurora or Richmond Hill. But and that, you know, is almost impossible for us because it's so expensive now. But anyways, that, and like, my husband has a nice list of cars of what he wants to get. Basically a Ferrari's in the works of that.
We've talked about this a lot, and my plan is already laid out. Now, we're talking like 30 mil, not 2, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like a good sum.
Yeah. So I would disappear, and I would give Mocha a large chunk of money that I would figure what he would have made working with me, save for another 10 years, and I would probably triple it, just because because I would feel guilty leaving you high and dry.
Dude.
I would delete everything I had. I would delete all Instagram and social media and Twitter and everything.
Wait, here's a question.
Yeah.
So if you delete all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Would you create a fake account just so you could see what's happening?
Maybe eventually. I might just make it all like super private and then just delete everybody who follows me.
Right.
Right. Okay. So I would do that. And then the part of the master plan is I would draft letters. And those letters would be to people in my life that I'm extremely close to. And in that envelope, what it would be is a phone number to reach me and a check for like $100,000. And the check for $100,000 would be so they do not ever share my number with anybody else who did not get a letter.
Damn.
And there would be very few of those, and I would literally disappear.
Yeah, I have, like, honestly, like, the first thing, change the phone numbers, because you have every long-lost cousin going to call you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
Wait, I have a question.
I have a question.
Wait, no, I have
a more important question.
No, I have a really important question.
You're good.
So,
I've got a question.
You've given me...
You're already rich.
No, I know. But here's something that you said.
important.
Something that you said, okay?
Yeah.
Is that you would, and I appreciate it, trust me, I appreciate the dollar amount to make up for lost wages, right?
Yeah.
Would, and not that I'm being greedy.
Okay, yeah, no, go ahead, yes.
But would I also be entitled to an additional $100,000
like, would you
for keeping your contact info private?
Yes, you would. That would be above and beyond.
Okay.
That would be above and beyond.
Can we come over to here now?
Yes,
Sure,
yes,
more.
yes,
Yes.
yeah,
Your
My question is this: do you not feel bad and want to fork over some money so that I can live again? Because Mocha's already great.
Yeah, he is. He's awesome.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
So, because I would need to live.
Well, you're able-bodied. You're a young man.
As is Mocha.
You got a good mustache.
As does Mocha.
Right. Yeah.
Do you not feel bad and want to make sure that I'm good for 10 years?
No, I know you'd be good. You're a resourceful guy.
No, I would not.
You're a resourceful guy. Yeah, I have all the faith in the world in you, Moore. Good luck. I have all the faith in the world with you. You'd land on your feet. I'm not saying that you're going to be out of work forever. I think you'd find a job in a second.
Yeah, bagging groceries.
No, come on, Maury.
Also, nothing wrong with that.
Maury, okay, I'm going to tell you something right now. If the only other thing that you're good at, right, if you didn't have this show, you'd be bagging groceries, then why are you here?
No, I'm just saying, like, no, but like if he's getting some money to make sure why wouldn't you give your other buddy
Because I would feel bad for bailing on Mocha.
You don't feel bad on bailing on me?
No, you're a resourceful guy. You'd land on your feet.
Wow, oh my goodness.
What?
That's so rude.
He's like Kramer.
I only have so many feelings, more.
Yeah,
I can't have feelings for like all sorts of people.
Oh my God.
All joking aside.
Would I what?
You give me a little.
No, this is why I'm changing my numbers, because people like you want a little piece.
I don't need to find you. I just want money.
Thanks, Danielle. I love you.
No problem. Love you
good
guys.
luck. Good luck, by the way, with that next Lotto Max jackpot, $50 million.
I know, you got to play in order to win it, right?
You got
it.
All right, bye, guys.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, I have a question.
Yeah, man.
Is Canada now starting to release 911 calls? I thought we didn't do that.
I think that it's up to the discretion of the police services division to use as like educating people or training, because it really
in the States it happens all the time.
Well, not everywhere. I mean, yeah.
I mean mainly in Florida.
But like there's a lot of differences. Like we don't release mugshots.
Right.
Right? I mean, it's like that whenever you see people, that's why it's always like a picture from their social media and not their nasty mugshot. Because like in Toronto, you never get a mugshot of somebody.
Sometimes it's if like the police are on the hunt for them and they maybe had like a previous record.
Sure, yeah.
Sometimes you will see that.
But 911 calls, and I think that they use them when they're trying to educate people on how to not call 911. Like they released a bunch of 911 calls when everybody started calling 911 over the Amber Alerts.
Right. That's the first time that I've really heard that happen.
Yeah, I think they do it to shame people into education on how to properly use 911.
So there's a new one that was released. And God, I can't believe this happened in our country.
Yeah.
But I believe that this happened in our country.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
911, do you need police, fire, ambulance?
This is in terms of an officer. I'm supposed to have a trip to Union Station. It's the ride that was supposed to show up for me this morning did not. And I don't know how you guys work with services in terms of that, because I'm in a taxi right now, but it's not going to get me to the station on time for my train to board at 9:45.
Okay, I'm sorry. So you're in a taxi cab and you think you're going to be late for your train ride at Union Station?
Yeah.
And so what would you like an officer to do?
Do you guys offer emergency ride services or not?
An emergency ride service?
Oh my God.
No, I don't know how you guys operate with.
Well, I can assure you we don't do that.
My apologies.
Okay, so you can call a cab or get in the cab and go to your appointment. Okay? You're welcome.
Okay.
Bye.
So this woman in Toronto is trying to get to Union Station.
Yeah.
The big train station, big terminal. You get the buses there, the trains, everything.
Yeah.
And she's running late and asks if 911, if the police offer any type of service that will transport.
Emergency ride service.
Like an emergency cab or an emergency Uber.
Okay, millennial.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But do you not understand? I'm going to be late. Yes. And you know what? She's not alone. She's not alone.
Can I tell you?
She's not alone.
In this city alone, okay? Last night, there were accidents.
Yeah.
There were stabbings.
Yeah.
And there were shots that rang out across the city. Different instances across the city.
Yes.
Where 911 was called and tended to.
Yeah. But do you not understand that this girl was late, Mocha?
And she's trying to get her train.
Yeah.
And she calls 911.
Yes.
The same service that we call
yes.
when you hear a gunshot in this city.
Yes.
Or when there's an accident that takes place.
Yes.
Or when somebody gets stabbed.
Yes. Yes.
She called 911.
I don't think you're getting it, though. She was late, though.
Let's listen to this
for her
again.
train.
911, do you need police, fire, ambulance?
This is in terms of an officer. I'm supposed to have a trip to Union Station. The ride that was supposed to show up for me this morning did not. And I don't know how you guys work with services in terms of that, because I'm in a taxi right now, but it's not going to get me to the station on time for my train to board at 9:45.
Okay, I'm sorry. So you're in a taxi cab and you think you're going to be late for your train ride at Union Station?
Yeah.
And so what would you like an officer to do?
Do you guys offer emergency ride services or not?
An emergency ride service?
No, I don't know how you guys operate.
Well, I can assure you we don't do that.
My apologies.
Okay, so you can call a cab or get in the cab and go to your appointment. Okay? You're welcome.
Okay.
Bye.
Sorry,
This has me thinking, though. This has me thinking.
Yes.
Why don't they?
Shut up, man.
What? No, for real. Why can't? Do you know how much money they would make, right? Underfunded. There's not enough cops. We all know that, right? For, let's say, $250. Police. Okay, you know what I mean? I mean a premium, right? Like a premium.
Tell me more.
Okay? Shut up, man.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast.
Hey, my lovers, how are you?
Ooh.
Like in a
Sexy.
friendly way.
Yeah, sure. What's going on?
Can I tell you about my quick run-in with my neighbor?
Sure.
Tell me if this has ever happened to you, because although I don't know you, because you don't live in a condo.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, go.
Okay, so I'm taking an elevator, and this girl walks on the elevator. I said, what floor? Because she was carrying some groceries, and she said 3. And I'm like, oh my God, I live on the 3rd floor.
When you say girl, like older or younger?
Like same age.
As?
Me.
So older then?
No, same age.
So a woman walked into the elevator.
An older woman.
No,
Yeah, an
same
older
age
woman
as
walked
me.
in. Okay.
Yeah.
She's carrying groceries. I'm like, what floor? She says 3. And I'm like,
Did you
okay,
offer to
cool.
help her with her groceries?
No, I pushed the
here we
button.
go.
You only push a button for an old lady?
Not an old lady. She's the same age as me.
So older then.
Okay. What day was this? What day was this?
Saturday.
Was Senior's Day at the mall?
Is that important to the story?
Well, I want to know.
Honestly,
Maybe
the
she,
longer you do this, Mocha, the longer the story's going to go on.
maybe
Well, that's obvious for
she
anything, Roz.
Maybe she had a lot of grocery bags and
So I hit 3.
Yeah,
And
so
I'm
you
like,
didn't
oh my
help the
God,
elderly out with the
I live on
groceries.
3 too. We get off at 3, and she turns to the left. I'm like, oh my God, we live on the same wing. And then she's unlocking her door. I'm like, you live right there? She's literally right across the hall frame. I'm like, hey, welcome to the building. When did you move in? She said 10 years ago. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, so did I. She's like, yeah, I know. I've said hi a few times. And I'm like, I had no idea this woman lived right across the hall from me for 10 years.
Am I the only one who thought that this story was going to end with that woman being Maury's long-lost mother?
The story is so great in my head.
she's like, it's me.
And you know what? He still wouldn't have carried her groceries for her.
No, not at all.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hello, Jesse.
Morning, Mocha. How are you guys?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm hanging in there.
Jesse, you wrote us this. I've recently been ghosted by someone I considered my best friend. We were very close and spoke to each other every day, and then almost overnight, we didn't speak anymore. I reached out to them to talk to them to do a pulse check on their life, but I would get one-word replies or sometimes nothing at all. I've come to terms that we aren't friends anymore because a few months have passed and still no contact. My question is, should I reach out to them and get closure on the situation, or just be like Elsa and let it go?
Oh, damn. You're very proud of that line, Jesse.
Jesse, friend, boy or girl?
Girl.
Jesse,
Oh, here we go.
does your female friend have a boyfriend?
No.
Are you sure?
Last time I checked, she didn't.
Okay. Are you straight or you gay?
No, I'm straight.
You're straight. Okay. Do you have a girlfriend?
Yes, married.
You're married. Why is
Yeah.
your best friend a woman when you're married, bro? That's weird.
Oh, that's fair. I knew you were going to say that too. As soon as I posted, it was like, oh, Roz was going to rip me one. Oh, I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what? It was more circumstance and proximity more than anything else. Like,
Sure.
I mean, we worked together. We shared a lot of common interests, and then we just got along really well. There was nothing ever anything more than just a friendship. But
Okay, but how does your wife feel about that?
She was cool with it.
She was cool with it?
Yeah, well, she is cool with it. She didn't say anything otherwise.
Okay, when all this was, you wrote this. There's something interesting in the beginning of your FML letter to us, which is, I'm going to reread it to you. I've recently been ghosted by someone I considered my best friend. Now, did she consider you her best friend?
I'm maybe not her best friend, but at least one of her good friends.
Okay.
Was she friends with your wife?
Yeah.
Does she love you?
Absolutely, she was. No, I don't think so. No.
You don't think so?
I'd be willing to bet that she wasn't. No.
Okay.
Have you guys ever hooked up?
No, never.
Okay.
Yeah.
So listen, things like this are people can walk away from any sort of relationship for a number of reasons. And they may not even be reasons that you've realized or that you ever may find out. Maybe to you, this was a two-sided relationship, but maybe to her, this was a very one-sided relationship. Maybe you were getting more out of this relationship than she was. Maybe your role in this friendship wasn't what you thought it was. Maybe you talked a little too much. Maybe you didn't ask her enough about her life enough. Maybe you weren't encouraging her in, her pursuing her goals, and you weren't there for her as a friend, even though you considered that she was there for you as a friend. Like, maybe it wasn't as friendly as you might have thought. How long were you guys friends for?
About a year and a half.
Hold on a second here. Did you meet this woman after you were already married?
No.
Okay.
You met her before you got married. Was she invited to your wedding?
No, she wasn't. We were
Why
just
not?
casual friends then. We were just casual friends then, and then sort of as time grew on, we started to get closer and closer.
Question. Hold on. Wait.
Bro.
Jesse.
Yeah.
Is this woman like your work wife?
I wouldn't say so. No.
No. Do you see her on a regular basis?
Again, we used to, but we used to see each other every day because we did work with each other.
Okay.
But I wouldn't consider her my work wife, nor would I. Yeah.
So you knew her before you got married, but you guys were not like super close best friends at that point, right?
No. And then we started to work together, and then that's when we became like really close.
Right. So you became best friends with a woman like in the same period as you were a newlywed?
Yeah, I guess you would say so.
Bruh.
I wonder
timeline
if
track.
she caught feelings for you because you guys like work so close together, and knowing that you're married, she wants to distance herself from the situation and more importantly from you.
Maybe. I guess that might have been the case, but I also left that job too, right?
You need to leave this girl alone.
Yeah. Or maybe, hey, listen, man, maybe you were her work husband and then you left and she's like, you know what? We weren't actually ever really that close anyway. And you're married and I find it weird. So maybe we're just not going to hang out anymore.
Don't reach out to her anymore.
Listen, you've been friends with this person for how long now? Like a year and a half?
A year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that long, dude.
That's what she said.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I know it sucks and it hurts. And, you may not miss them all that much, but you just want a little bit of closure. Now, do you have the right to reach out when somebody ghosts you? Of course you do. Do they have the right to not reply? Of course they do.
But he's reached out already.
No, I know.
And she's not replying.
Yeah.
So, leave the situation alone.
Go and spend time with your wife, for God's sake.
Yeah, you want something to do? Get a hobby, bro.
Yeah.
You want to feel better about yourself? Take your wife for dinner, man. Stop moping around. Stop moping around that that the other woman in your life isn't writing you back.
No, fair.
Okay.
I knew it. Well,
Well,
the second I wrote this, I was like, Roz is going to kill me.
Yeah. Well, there you go. We just fixed your life by telling you to go spend time with your wife.
I know my wife is lovely too, and I spend time with her as much as possible.
All right, bro.
There you go, Jesse. Thanks so much, brother.
Much appreciated, guys. Thank you.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Aaron's looking for love, Roz.
Aren't we all?
And he did something about it after some failed attempts on some other dating apps.
Yeah, so the story is this, the headline, lonely guy Aaron Smith develops his own app, his own dating app, where you can swipe and swipe and swipe, but he's the only guy on it.
Aaron's on the phone with us. What's up, dude?
Hey there.
Yo, it's tough out there, huh?
Oh, yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah. So what's going on, stud? How's life?
It's okay. Same old. I'm getting lots and lots of random friend requests from people. There's a lot of people from Brazil hitting me up.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. I don't know what's going on in Brazil. I know they've got like a lot of turmoil, but I can't do anything for them. I'm sorry.
Okay. So you created, the story is you created a dating app called Singularity where you're the only dude on the app. But what it is that
90% a joke.
No, that's, I get that. So what this is this is basically, is it still, like, it seems like it's promotion for something, but is it promotion for some new venture that you're going to be getting into, or is it simply promotion for yourself where you're actually...
I wish I was...
But are you, like, is all of this still, like, is the sort of basis for all of this joke still to just try and get you dates, or is there something else going on?
Really, honestly, the whole idea a month ago was I had a whole bunch of crappy dates, and I was getting all bummed out about it. And I figured rather than make some emo Facebook post about it, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to shoot a comedy sketch about a dating app for me in which I am the only possible person you can match with, which is a ridiculous idea because why would anyone like what's in that for the women who would use that? You wouldn't go to McDonald's if it had just one item. Yeah, can I get the food, please? No, that doesn't work.
Right.
That's why, like, right at the beginning of the commercial, my friend says, "There's got to be a better way," and I say, "Well, there isn't."
Okay. So, what? You're a comedian?
Not really. I mean, I have a sense of humor.
No, he's just lonely.
I mean, I make.
You're just lonely,
So
right?
it's a fun video and it's a fun website.
I'm just pathetic. Yeah.
The man's just lonely. But is the ultimate goal, like, are you legit just, did this all come from a place of where you were frustrated with finding love, and this is just, you gotta carve out your mark, you know what I mean, in this world is this just you sort of trying to find be a voice and just in an area or on platforms where it almost seems impossible to stand out?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess the goal with the commercial was basically just to sort of acknowledge something that we can all relate to while providing no real solution.
But all this press has to be leading. I mean, there's no better aphrodisiac, we know this, than fame. You know what I mean? Like all of this has to be helping a little bit.
Well, I mean, I've been talking to a few people here and there. I've at least been making some friends.
That's it? You went through all this and made a couple friends?
Look. The whole thing has only been really out there for like a week. I mean, would I be surprised if something ends up coming from this, like, romantically? No. Would I be surprised if something doesn't come from it? No. I'm just I'm happy that people are for the most part getting the joke. Again, I tell people it's 90% satire. But if I end up like getting a family out of it afterwards, man. I mean, I'm not going to turn that down.
All right, buddy. Thanks very much for taking time out of your day to join us on the Roz and Mocha Show. It's called the Singularity app. Although it's not an actual app that you can download, because I went looking for it in the App Store. You have to go to a website on your phone, right?
It's a web app.
Thanks so much, man.
Later.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
It's a good day, Roz. It's a good day from my hometown of Scarborough. Time to celebrate.
What's going on?
Stand up, Scarborough. Be proud. All of our hard work and angry tweets paid off.
Oh, is this because of that the picture of the
We were talking about this last week, where if you search Scarborough on Google, not only does a map of Scarborough show up, but the picture that accompanies that map, it shows a house that last year had a massive basement fire. So it was just like a rundown, decrepit-looking place.
The picture for Scarborough looked like garbage, right? Like when you Googled Scarborough, the picture that came up just looked like garbage.
So everybody complained. Even the mayor. The mayor was like, yo, Google, you got to fix this.
Yeah.
Right? And then Michael Thompson, who's a counselor, was like, yo, Google Canada, I want you guys to like publicly apologize for the photo, right? So they untagged, they removed that photo whenever you search, and it just showed a map. So yesterday, Google Canada paid tribute to Scarborough with a series of tweets. And they had a nice little graphic and everything in the Google colors that said hashtag ScarbTO.
That's awesome.
Because John Tory was like, yo, you got to shake up your algorithm. Like, do something about it, right?
Yeah.
So then they shared a bunch of tweets promoting Scarborough. And the first tweet read, how much do we love you from Scarborough? Or how much do we love you, Scarborough? Let's count the ways. And a couple of the tweets. Every summer, searches for Scarborough Bluffs peak globally. Plan a visit with Google Maps and make sure to check out all 11 parks with amazing views. We're not bluffing.
No, that's awesome.
Another tweet. 2 words. Lily Singh, one of the most famous YouTube creators on the planet, was born and raised in Scarborough. She isn't shy about it either. Another one. What is 22 times the size of Central Park and has over 1,700 species of wildlife? Rouge National Urban Park. Explore the gorgeous landscapes on Street View. I don't
want to bring down the party here, but like, are the Bluffs really representative of Scarborough as a whole?
Yes. Having spent many nights drinking there?
No. I mean, aesthetically.
Yeah, why do you think everyone, like, every year wants to climb to get that?
No, I know. But when, like, I know.
I will say, no. Can I just tell you?
Yeah.
The Bluffs? Like, when was the last time you went there? Seriously.
I'm past them all the time on the train.
No. But, like, actually gone in. Like, we went there last summer. It is beautiful.
No, that's not what I'm saying. No. I'm not saying that they're not as beautiful as they look in pictures.
Yeah.
My question was, are beautiful pictures of the Scarborough Bluffs really the best representation of Scarborough as a whole?
I mean, not as a whole.
That's what I'm saying.
But it is a very nice part.
Yes, it is a very nice part. Okay, I'm sorry. I should.
Lions, monkeys, zebras. Oh my! Scarborough is home to over 5,000 animals at the Toronto Zoo. All day breakfast? Question mark. Open 24 hours? Question mark. Kids menu? Question mark. Markham Station has been a beloved Scarborough institution for over 15 years and great at any hour. 2,000 reviewers can't be wrong.
Truth.
Yo, we used to kill Markham Station.
Yeah.
On Friday and Saturday nights.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Is that one of the places they kicked you out of or no?
I never got kicked out of there.
You never got kicked out? No,
never got kicked out of there.
Oh, good for you.
We were always nice because they had like amazing food. And then they ended off, Google Canada ended off all of their tweets by saying Scarborough is more than just a Google search result. And we know that we've only scratched the surface on why it's a wonderful place to visit and live.
That's great.
Scarborough TL.
See, there you go.
I mean, not to be nitpicky or anything.
Right, yeah, but...
I appreciate the love.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
But growing up in Scarborough, there's a couple of spots that they missed. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
Like they could have.
You're not going to get it all. Take the win, for God's sake.
Like, they didn't mention Scarborough Town Center.
No.
They didn't mention Malvern Town Center.
No, you don't get, nobody cares about malls.
They didn't mention Johnny Burger at Victoria Park and Shepherd.
Okay.
They didn't mention Mona's Roti, which is like a staple in Scarborough.
Yeah, okay, everybody whooping it up in here.
They didn't mention...
Shout it out again. What's that roti place called?
Mona's Roti.
Mona's
Are you
Roti,
kidding me?
okay.
Chef
Yeah, I know.
works here on the Roz And Mocha show. He knows.
People
Chef,
know.
you ever been to Twilight? Yeah, see?
Yeah,
Twilight
okay.
at McCowan and Shepherd?
Yeah, all right.
They didn't mention Twilight.
Yeah. All right, man. Listen.
You want the best wonton noodle soup you've ever had in your entire life? Here's what they forgot to mention.
Okay.
Wonton chai noodle at Brimley and Shepherd.
All right, cool.
Made fresh every day.
Listen, man,
It's the
I'm
best.
with you on this. I'm not like, I'm not fighting you on this.
It's just a Scarborough side that's coming up.
Thank
I'm
you.
getting very defensive here.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Hey, did you see this crazy Mike Babcock story?
No. Oh, no.
'Cause since they fired Mike Babcock, like Mike Commodore, who used to play for him on a couple different teams, just went off on him online, just calling him like the biggest dirtbag, and then nobody likes him, and just really like vile stuff.
You know, he must have had those tweets saved in his drafts for like years. He's like, one day I'm going to be able to hit the button to send it out to the world.
So now I guess there's a lot of other stories coming out. And one of the stories was when Mitch Marner was renegotiating his deal. One of the sort of rumors that came out was that he had said, or his camp had said, that he felt disrespected by the organization. And everybody's like, what the hell do you mean disrespected? You're like the star and you're going to make a ton of money and you get a ton of ice time. How, like, where do you get off saying disrespected? And it really put Mitch Marner into a bad light.
Yeah.
And so now one of the stories has come out and people have confirmed it. And that was in the 2016-2017 year when Mitch was like a rookie. Mike Babcock went to Mitch Marner and asked him to put a list together of how he felt were the laziest people on the team, starting from the least lazy to the most lazy. And Mitch was like a rookie, and he wanted to make his coach happy, so he put a list from 1 to 20 of who he thought was the least lazy to the most lazy, but he put himself on the bottom, right? Because he felt that he needed to work harder, and he's a good kid, and he doesn't want to upset anybody.
So he thought he was the most lazy.
So he put himself at the bottom, is the way the story goes.
Okay.
But then doesn't Babcock take this list and go to the other players that are just above him and say, this is what Mitch did?
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Come on, coach.
Right?
You don't do that to a rookie?
Right? And apparently that's not the first time he's done that with a player either.
Really?
Yeah.
Here, trust me.
Trust me. I need your help on this, kid. Can you help a coach out? Want to help? Want to make your coach happy? Here's what I need you to do. Yeah, exactly. And then he took that list and he brought it to the people who are on the bottom of the list.
Oh my God, dude. That's so mean. That's so wrong.
What a snitch.
That's so wrong.
Yeah.
I can't believe he did that.
Yeah. Rat.
So what?
Rat.
I want to.
Oh, and can I tell you the best part about this?
There's a best part?
Yeah. You know when he did it?
What?
On like the weekend where all the players bring their dads with them.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
He did it on
Dad's weekend?
He did it on Dad's weekend.
How are we only hearing about this story now?
A lot of people knew about it. Like it came out in a bunch of places yesterday and today, and a bunch of people knew about it, but it hadn't been fully confirmed by anyone who was either on the list or in the room.
Yeah.
And now that Babcock's gone, people have been able to confirm
All the
story.
secrets are coming out.
All the secrets are coming out.
No, Mitch Martyr. Come on, bro.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello.
Hey, it's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Not bad.
What's your name?
Mike.
This is what Mike wrote to us via text at 925-555.
Yeah.
Been listening a long time. Awesome show. Throughout the years, I would agree with everything that Roz says, except for 2 things.
Oh.
So I'm like real curious,
Wow,
Mike.
I said a lot of things.
Because you didn't follow up, right, with what those 2 things are. And the spectrum is so wide because Roz and I have been doing this show for over 10 years now.
God.
So what specifically are these 2 things, and when did they happen, and what was said?
Oh, it's because I was listening to a past podcast.
Okay.
And I'm only on like 60 something.
Okay, wow. We got more than double that now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
The first thing is...
Can you hold on for 1 second?
Sure.
If he says the thing about driving in the fast lane, I'm hanging up on him, okay? Because I can't do a driving in the fast lane conversation right now. Okay, go. Okay, go ahead, man.
Yeah, so the first thing is grilled cheese is 100% a lunch item.
Okay, all right.
Not a breakfast item.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Hey, Shem and David Maury, can you guys find out which episode we talked about grilled cheese? Which podcast episode? Please?
Okay.
I think it was like 61 or 63 or something like that.
Okay, so 61 or 63, we were talking about whether or not grilled cheese is considered a breakfast or what? Or lunch, or just like what time of day?
Whether it was a breakfast food or lunch food.
Mocha said like any time of day. Ross said 100% breakfast item. No, it's 100% lunch item.
Okay. Anyway, what's the other thing? What's the other thing you disagree with me on?
That's a good one.
The second thing, no one has any business putting anything else other than ketchup on a hot dog.
What are you talking about?
Anything other than a ketchup?
Other than ketchup?
Other than ketchup. Only ketchup on a hot dog.
Okay. Now it all makes sense. now it all makes sense.
Because Roz is a big fan of mustard and mustard only on a hot dog.
No, I'm a bigger fan of never putting ketchup on a hot dog.
Or never putting ketchup on anything because you hate ketchup.
That's right. Okay, so obviously you have mother issues, right? There's still a part of you that is very childlike because she let you down, and you find you need to regress back to a point in your life of where things were happy, and ketchup is that sort of thing for you, right?
I love ketchup.
Yeah, exactly. I know. And it's unfortunate about your mother.
Yes, it is.
It was what? 63. Episode 63 of the Roz and Mocha Show podcast is when we talked about grilled cheese.
Right. Ketchup is for, what did I always used to say? Ketchup is for children and peasants.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, well, I'm a big child.
Oh my God, Mike, thank you so much for the text, and thank you for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show.
It was nice talking to you guys.
Oh, hey. Hey. Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Oh, hands down, Roz.
Oh.
I legit
my wife prefers Roz, and my daughter prefers Roz, too.
Oh, wow. I
got the whole
legit
family in my
thought I was
pocket.
going to get the W on that one.
Wow.
All right, I'm going to leave now.
Yeah.
Have a good day, Mike.
Later, bro.
You too, guys.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The TTC is going to stop selling tokens and tickets this week.
Oh, wow.
So what are you supposed to do? How do you even know? What's the system now?
Presto.
You got to buy the Presto card?
Okay, Boomer.
Okay, shut up. Boomer! What is that? You got a Presto card?
Yeah, there's nothing.
I've never actually held a Presto card.
Wow, the world you live in.
Why? Hold on now. So what does this get you then?
So you can add to it, right? You could put whatever you want on it.
Yeah.
And
We got to explain Presto cards to you now?
And you
I
tap it
understand.
on the turnstile and it opens for you if there's money on there.
Goodness.
All right. Now, what if you're getting on, because I see a lot of people in my neighborhood getting on the back doors of a streetcar. How do they know that you pay?
Well, you tap there. You can
tap there when you go on the
tap-
back doors? Shut up. There's that technology all through the car?
And you have to tap when you leave.
And you tap when you leave?
You tap on, tap off.
That's too much. I could never be that responsible. Never.
My God.
Tap this and tap that. All right. But it doesn't have your name on it, though. What if you lose this?
Then somebody else can steal it.
Oh, right. That's the hustle. I knew there was a hustle. I guess that's the hustle. Anyway, so the Presto card. Presto, it's P-R-E-S-T. What? You have to let people...
Are you really going to spell Presto?
You have to let people know what the change is. Okay? So again, it's very
You know how long
important.
Presto cards been around, though?
Listen, not long.
Oh, wait, let the man finish spelling it.
Okay, hold on here. So as of
Sorry,
this
Presto's
week,
what?
Okay, tickets and tokens are no longer going to be sold. So you're going to have to get yourself this thing
As of
called
Thursday.
called a Presto card.
Yeah.
On the top, it's just like the size of a credit card. On the top, it'll say Metrolinks, just in case somebody tries to sell you a fake one. It doesn't have your name on it. Presto again, Presto. It's the Presto card. That's what you're going to need now to be able to use public transit in the
Thanks,
How-
Dad.
we can get
Greater
those
Toronto
where?
area. What's that? Oh, I don't even know that part. Stop
the
it, Mark.
TTC
Stop it. You jerks.
Okay, Boomer.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast.
Hi, it's Roz and Mocha. Who's this?
It's Mike. How's it going, guys?
Good, Mike. What's up?
Well, I just wanted to talk about the whole Presto Pass thing. You guys got to take it easy on.
You heard about
take it easy on Roz.
You heard about this thing, huh?
Yeah. Well, I've had one for a couple of years, but
You mean the Presto card that's been around for 7 years now?
Shut up.
Yeah, but you know what? You gotta take it easy on poor Roz there. This guy can barely use his high beams in his Ford. What is it? The Ford.
The 2010 Ford Ranger, bro.
Yeah,
Okay.
2010 Ford Ranger.
Yeah.
Because he's still got something good going for him. He's always going to be that smooth, cool dude.
Wow. You know, people are just so mean. Right?
You know what? I'm not mean because you are my favorite. Let's just go with that
Yeah, it
first.
shows.
But you're my favorite because you're fun to pick on.
Oh, that's great. So Maury.
Freaking laugh is that?
Hey, Maury put me up to this, so you guys got to go in on Maury now.
What do you mean Maury put you up to this?
Hold on. What do you
Get
mean?
over here, Maury.
Get over here.
Well, when I called, he's hey, how are ya?
Yeah.
And I'm like, good. I kind of want to go in on Roz a little bit on this Presto Pass.
Yeah.
And what did
So
Maury
he was
say?
like, okay. He said, okay, you got to go in on him. Call him Daddy.
Call him Daddy.
No, that's not what I said.
So weird.
No.
You don't get to say anything else after that.
Weird.
That is extremely
No,
inappropriate.
but I have to correct him. He's getting it
Okay,
wrong.
no. Yeah, let him correct me because he did say something about Daddy.
I said to be like, okay, Daddy, kind of like, make fun of Roz being like an older person.
Okay.
Oh, Roz can't be that old.
Hold on a second here, Maury. First of all, you're 40.
41.
Okay, 41, right.
Holy.
Yeah, and also, listen, when people want to sort of take a jab at somebody that is older and like they're sort of old is showing. Like the new term is, as we all know, is okay boomer, but you could say like, all right, old man. Nobody says okay daddy.
Yeah.
I got to agree with that.
That's a
I can
whole
just
other
picture
thing.
Maury in the other room being like, what'll really get under his skin? You just call him Daddy.
Yeah. right?
Call him a daddy.
Yeah, nobody says that's like you.
No, it's all in how you say it.
No, I'd be like, listen, Maury, if you want your allowance this week, you got to start rubbing those feet. And then that's when you say,
okay, daddy.
Right. You know what I mean?
All right, brother. Thanks so much for calling in.
Yeah, man, you guys are great. Thanks a lot.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
J.J. Abrams, of course, the director of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, is telling the story but refusing to say which actor is responsible. Here's J.J. Abrams in his own words on
hold on a second.
of how disaster almost happened with Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker when a cast member lost their script.
They had only a handful of scripts, and they were printed on crazy, uncopyable paper, and it was... and then one of our actors, and I'm not going to say which one, I want to, but I won't, left it under their bed, and it was found by someone who was cleaning their place, and it was given to someone else who then went to sell it on eBay. Wow. And someone at the company said, you know, there's a script that looks like it's a legit script that's for sale on eBay. And
so you bought it.
And they got it back before it sold.
Isn't that crazy?
That's a movie right there.
Isn't that nuts?
So who did it?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, man. For some reason, something is telling me that it was Daisy Ridley. It was Ray.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And I keep saying to myself, no, it's got to be somebody else. It's got to be somebody else.
Right.
But I keep going back to Daisy Ridley.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it was her.
Well, I hope it comes out because that's a fantastic story.
Yeah.
Like, that's like... Also, the person who took it, did you not read it? Like, is there no blog posts anywhere where this person was given details about the story? Like, did they not go through it?
So
No.
I
want
was
magic paper.
on Reddit a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And somebody, and I don't know if it's in relation to this script being left behind.
Yeah.
And somebody had it, but somebody wrote out a extremely detailed plot line for The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh.
And I read like half of it.
Yeah.
And from what I've read, it's very believable.
Really, huh?
Based on what I've seen in the trailers.
Tell us.
And how did
But I
you feel about
stopped.
it? The half that you read, how did you feel about it?
I felt really good.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay,
But that's why I
now.
had to stop. I stopped reading because I was
All right.
like, I don't want to know anymore.
Okay, well, I'm down with that.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
What's going on?
Yo, who's this?
It's Chris.
How are you, Chris?
Good, man. How are you guys?
Good. What's up?
buddy.
So originally I called just to thank you guys for spreading love, bigging up the city, spreading nothing but positive vibes. But then Maury put me on hold and hung up on me.
Maury?
He says he didn't, but we know what the truth is.
But what, you heard him sigh and hang up on you?
No, he put me on hold, and then I was on hold forever, and then the line just went dead. So I'm just assuming it was him.
Oh, no.
I mean, it could have been a million things, but let's go with that.
Is there anything you would like to say to Dammit Maury in reference to this? Him hanging up on you?
No, because you guys, all three of you guys, do an amazing job.
Why are you hanging up on fans, man?
Maury, not nice. Come on, bro.
That never happened.
Well, this
I
guy's...
just wanted to thank you guys for everything you guys put out there.
Yeah.
You guys make my morning drive, and I'm sure everybody else's morning drive, enjoyable.
Oh,
regardless
man,
of how much traffic I'm sitting in.
What kind of traffic are we talking about? Like, what's your commute like? Where do you start? Where do you end?
I start in Newmarket and I end in Scarborough.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Wow.
Big up Scarborough.
Yeah, so were you hurt when Maury hung up on you?
A little bit.
Can I just say that it's kind of a compliment that he was hurt?
Why?
Because that means that it meant
You enjoy hurting people?
No,
That's not
no,
nice.
no. Try
Chris, how long have you been listening to the Roz and Mocha Show for?
Honestly, I could probably say about 5 or 6 years.
5 or 6 years, and then he calls in. 5-6 years as Chris has been listening,
Right?
and you
Calls in,
have
gets
the nerve to hang up on him.
Yeah, man.
And now you're laughing at him. Not cool.
You know what, though? It's all good.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, fine, no problem.
Maury, why are you laughing at the guy? That's not nice, man. He's a fan of the show.
I know.
He takes time out of his morning on his drive from Newmarket to Scarborough every day to listen to our show. He can listen to anything else in the entire world. Yeah. He listens to us and decides to call us, and you hang up on him. And then when he calls back, when he finally gets through, you're laughing at him?
Because it hurt him so much.
I think you're under the impression it hurt a lot more than it actually did.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Speaking of pain, Maury's face right now, bro. It's something special.
But in all honesty, you guys spread a lot of love, and I want to thank you guys, all three of you.
Oh, Chris.
Thanks, man. Really
Thanks.
appreciate it.
Honestly, we appreciate it, and we're sorry that Maury's being such a jerk to you right now.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, it's all
All right,
good.
buddy.
Thanks, man.
Take care.
You gonna be okay, Maury?
That was the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is.
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Michael joins us from Vancouver today. Hello, Michael.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good, man. Thank you very much for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show over on Kiss Radio. Appreciate that, man.
Yes, and the podcast, too.
Oh, nice. Sick. All right.
So you wrote us this. Roz and Mocha Fix My Life. I met a girl on a dating app, and we went on 3 amazing dates. Date number 3, she made me dinner, and we ended up hooking up. We had a connection, and she said we should meet up the following day. Then I didn't hear from her. I got a text 2 days later saying she thinks I'm a sweetheart and an amazing person, but doesn't think that she's ready for, quote, this yet, and thanked me for 3 great dates. I'm struggling to understand what went wrong. How could 3 awesome dates make someone ghost me?
Ooh. Michael, don't take this the wrong way, but
Okay.
she's just not into you, bro.
Okay.
So how was when you guys said you hooked up, you mean physically, right? That night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did that go?
It went well.
How did it go? How did it go for her?
It went well for her, too. But I think it was first time in a while for both of us. So we weren't there was some awkward bits, but it was fine.
Maybe she wasn't into that, dude.
Maybe, yeah.
Do you think that maybe she might have been, and I don't want to say, when I say using, I don't mean using in the a really extreme negative way, but could this have been a woman that was maybe trying to get her groove back, and she had 3 great dates with you, and you guys hooked up, and she had a good time, and then she's back in the game now, kind of thing?
Possibly.
When she wrote you back, when she wrote you saying that you're a great guy, everything else, but she's not ready for this, what did you write her back?
I wrote back could we still be friends, or because we made a lot of plans, and our dates were great. We went to a lot of fun stuff. We went to Cirque du Soleil. We went for dinner at Cactus. So a lot of fun stuff that we did, and we made plans for Christmas as well, over Christmas dinners and stuff like that for our work parties.
Hold on a second here. You guys went on 3 dates, and you were already planning out the work Christmas parties?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a little fast, man. It's fast, bro.
I don't know if she was into the quote-unquote relationship the way you were.
I get you. I understand.
You know what I mean? Have you tried to hit her up again since all of this went down?
No, it's just been a few weeks, so I've let it settle for a bit.
Let me ask you a question. You said you went on 3 dates, but how much chatting over text had you guys done in between those 3 dates?
So honestly, a lot. We texted a lot, yeah.
I know, because I know that, you can say you went on 3 dates where really on the surface you're like, well, you didn't really spend that much time, and how could you build that sort of connection? But these relationships that you have when you're the majority of your communication and openness and honesty is done over text, it's very difficult to move that over into a real world situation and to sort of keep that same intensity that you guys have with each other over text. And she may have realized that you were a great sort of guy over text, but actually sort of spending time with you in person, it wasn't the same thing. There's just something missing. There was a little bit of the spark that wasn't there. And that's the risk you run when you sort of build a relationship over text. It's tough, man. It's really tough. And so it may not have actually been you. It just may have been one version of you.
I get you. I understand.
She may have really dug the relationship she had with you over text and was really hoping that it was going to translate into this magical physical thing of where you guys could just carry on, but it doesn't seem like it went that way.
I understand.
Michael, very important question. Are you still keeping tabs on her via social media?
Yes.
Yeah,
we haven't blocked each other or unfollowed each other anyway, but there's nothing we follow each other daily, nothing like that, but we post rarely too.
Yeah, you should unfollow her.
Okay.
For your own sanity, bro.
Yeah, you should unfollow her.
I get you. I totally get you guys.
Yeah. And then just move on, man. Move on. It wasn't meant to be, and it doesn't seem like, she's going to be the hollering for you anymore, so on to the next.
Oh, totally. Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, bro.
All right, brother. Thanks for listening, man. Shout out to Vancouver.
Can I give you guys a suggestion, though?
Yeah, man.
I love you guys, and honestly, there's been a lot of fan following for you guys here. But if you guys can bring a show here over the summer, probably like for a week or a couple of days, I mean, that would be really awesome. We have a huge fan following here, guys.
Like, what, you want us to, like, go out to Vancouver?
Yeah, do like a live podcast or do like a live meet and greet or something like that. It'll be really fun. You have no idea how many people follow you guys here.
Really, huh? Yeah. Maybe we could think about that. Maybe we do a summer tour.
Yeah, do like a summer trip. Like, that'll be great.
I'd like that.
Yeah, maybe we should do that. Maybe if we find out if there's enough interest for us to go on sort of like a mini tour and just do a live Roz and Mocha and just record a couple of podcasts while we're out in those places. Maybe we should do that. That might be fun.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Michael.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it might be fun.
Thanks, Michael.
I love you guys. Take care, man.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Girl, I got some Kylie Jenner Drake news to share with y'all.
Oh, go for it, please.
Streets are talking. And streets are talking to various news outlets and publications.
Oh, yeah?
Here's what I'm getting from Elle Magazine or Elle.com. Kylie Jenner and Drake are definitely spending time together. But outlet sources have been pretty divided over their official status. Last week, Jenner's rep denied a source's remark to People that Kylie doesn't seem to be dating. Quote, she sees Drake occasionally, but it doesn't seem serious. End quote. However, over at Us Weekly, the sources are saying that Kylie and Drake really are romantically interested in each other. In fact, they always have been.
Well, hold on a second here. Romantically interested. I'm romantic. You know what I mean? A lot of people are romantically interested in somebody. That doesn't mean it's happening.
One source had new intel explaining, quote, they've known each other and have been friends for a long time, and there's always been a spark there, but their situation is complicated. And so is Kylie's with Travis Scott. Drake and Kylie don't want to jeopardize their friendship by crossing any major boundaries.
I'll tell you, you know what's weird, though? It's weird when you hook up with somebody who you knew when they were a little kid, right? Like, Drake's known that family for a while.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Kylie was like 12 or something.
Yeah, it's weird. It's
or younger than that.
It's like Celine Dion and Renee. Rest the poor man's soul. But he was he was her manager when she was like a kid.
Yeah.
Right? And they're like, are you just waiting? Like, at that point, super, I don't know. It's weird, dude.
The article continues, quote, Drake doesn't have any intention of taking on a fatherly role with Stormy, and he wants to have fun with Kylie with no strings attached.
Oh.
And continue to have a friendship and be supportive of one another.
You going to play a single mom like that? You going to play the no strings with a single mom? I mean, she's a billionaire. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just what she wants. Maybe she doesn't need anything else. Maybe she's at the point now where she's looking at just these dudes that are just jerking her around. I was like, listen, if you want to come and hang out for the night, right? But just be gone before.
Like fly out to Calabasas.
Yeah, just leave.
On Air Drake.
Yeah.
And then
I got mom stuff to do in the morning, and I got an empire to run right after I do that.
And a couple IG stories.
Yeah, so just come over. Like, we'll hang.
Like 2 hours.
Yeah,
3 maybe.
And then just go. Just leave. I don't need you here.
I got things to do.
I don't need you to be Drake all over my house. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't need that. I don't need Travis jumping around on the furniture. You know what I mean? Practicing your moves in my living room. Go rent the space, man. All right? I don't need you doing that around here.
You don't need no sicko mode out here.
No.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Canadian godfather of hip hop is in the building.
Wow. Yes.
The one and only Maestro Best West.
What's happening?
Yes.
What's going on, man?
My man, how you doing today,
How's
brother?
that for an introduction, man?
Right?
Oh my goodness.
How you feeling right now? You got to be feeling great, man.
I feel groovy like a 2-cent movie, man. Last night was dope.
Take us through last night. So what was the induction?
Yeah.
How important was this? It's incredible, man.
Yeah. So what it was Let Your Back Most Live. My song got inducted into the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame. It's the first rap song in Canadian history to ever be inducted.
It's crazy,
hey, that's big news, though, man. That's big news.
Yeah, man. So
a lot to celebrate.
I'm celebrating me. It's good for me, but it's great for Canadian hip hop, man, because we started from the bottom, but now we're here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing some big things.
So 30 years.
Yeah.
My man, that's
man.
nuts. when you hear somebody say backbone and then you hear 30 years, like, does it make you feel great or does it make you feel old?
Both. Both. You know what I'm saying?
Can you think back, like, can you vividly remember 1989 when going through the process of making Backbone Slide and what you thought the response was going to be versus what actually happened?
You know what? I thought the response was going to be dope.
Yeah.
I wrote it right in Scarborough, Parkway Mall.
Hey!
Victoria Park House, man. And we knew it was going to be good, but our world was smaller. Our world was just Toronto, and we were hoping that maybe New York would like it, and, you know, the cats across the border. But I knew in Toronto we had something.
But
that was a
then,
world.
Next thing you know, it starts breaking records. You're making it on Billboard.
Yeah, like who would have thought? Like I didn't know. Come on, our world was smaller back then. We had no point of reference to say this is what's going to happen.
Well, there was no example for you.
There was no example.
Right?
So, you know, we did something that we knew that was dope for us.
What is your kind of conversation like with outside of hip hop, right? Let's just say music artists or groups in general right now, because you being the guy from 1989 that really started this.
Yeah.
What's your conversation now with people who are coming up, who are looking to you for advice?
I tell them it's simple, man. Don't make records. Make history.
Oof. Oh,
don't make records.
That's some hard advice to follow. Okay, but like, I'd be like, this is my pen. I'd be like, this is my pen. I'd be like, okay, so like, oh man, okay.
Listen to what I just said, though. Break it down, though. Break it down what I said. Don't make records. Make history. Anybody can make a record, but by making history, when you do something, you say something that people check for you years and years later. In other words, when you approach your task, approach your song, are you trying to simulate or are you trying to innovate?
Yeah.
Bob Marley didn't make records. He made history. Bob Dylan didn't make records. He made history. So once you do something, I'm just listening to the new Party Next Door. Woo!
Yeah, he just released 2 songs last night. One of them was Drake.
Crazy. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's not coming in the game saying, I'm trying to simulate. He's an innovator. So it doesn't matter which generation you come in. Right? I was just chilling with Tom Cochran last night, man. Life is a highway, man.
Right.
Dude, that song has never gone away.
It's never gone away.
Crazy.
It doesn't matter if it's the Don Valley Parkway. It doesn't matter if it's the 407.
And if you got a kid, it is in every kid's movie. A version of Life is a Highway is in every single kid's movie, man.
So, I mean, you musician, actor, author. What else in your life do you feel like you haven't accomplished yet that you want to?
Man, I'm just trying to be a good guy, man. You know, I got my son, just trying to be the best father I possibly can be, lead by example.
How old is your son now?
He's only 11, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he a good kid. But that's the whole thing. And, you know, life, you expand. You know, hip-hop was the foundation for me, and my community showed me that I mean a lot to them. You know, I've done something noteworthy, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, you want to evolve, man.
Does your son understand, like, who his dad is?
Man, he just knows I'm the guy who takes away his Nintendo Switch.
Right.
That's all he cares about. He don't care about all that. You know, he don't care. A couple times his teachers might want a selfie here and there, but besides that, he's that dude that takes away my Nintendo Switch. That's all he cares about.
Maestro, it is always a pleasure having you join us on the Roz and Mocha Show.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Hey, Mocha.
Hey, Roz.
You ready?
I am.
Let's do the news.
Let's do the news.
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
Apparently, DC had or is currently still in some way discussing a possible Superman reboot with Michael B. Jordan.
What?
Michael B. Jordan has reportedly met with DC Films about his take on Superman, according to Consequences of Sound. And I saw this somewhere else yesterday as well. He's been linked to the Man of Steel role since last year, but it remains unclear whether DC is talking to him about that or other films. The company is trying to keep momentum going after the success of Aquaman and Joker, and reported looking into more sequels and rated R films and other ways to get viewers attached to their product. So I don't know. And the other thing I read was that he didn't know whether because if you plan for Superman and you're getting into this with DC, you're like 2.5 to 3 years away from actually shooting something, right? Yeah. And so it may come down to scheduling as to whether he can actually do something with DC or not.
I like Michael B. Jordan a lot, and I would be very interested in seeing him play Superman.
Right. Melania Trump was booed at a public event for the third time in a month. This time, she was booed by a room full of middle school students in Baltimore.
By children?
When Melania was there yesterday to speak about the youth opioid crisis happening.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you the First Lady of the United States of America.
Oh, no. Oh, no. He didn't even get a chance to say her name.
No.
Oh, no. Okay, settle
I'll tell
down.
you, back in the 80s when I was in junior high, if we did that at an assembly, my teacher
You get beat.
would beat all our asses.
Yeah.
Like, just like, oh.
Hey, can I just say something? All right?
Yeah.
And I can say this on the radio, speaking from personal experience.
Yeah.
Okay? A beating from a teacher at school is quite different from a beating by your parents at home.
Right.
People don't beat their kids now,
Yeah.
right? But back in the day, let me tell you, man,
Yeah.
I was a bad kid.
Yeah.
I was
Did you get beat by a teacher? I never got beat by a teacher.
Oh.
You got beat by a teacher? What did you do? Or was it just out of frustration? Because if that's the case, I've been there.
I remember I used to do the announcements at school, okay? And the teacher the teacher hated when I did the announcements. He used to, when I came back into the room, he would throw chalk at me and would say, like, your voice is annoying, and I'd have to put my hands on the table. And if we did something wrong, we'd all have to put our hands on the table, and he'd walk on the desks on our hands.
Small gestures have big impact. They say feeling loved increases well-being. According to the new study, people who experience frequent, quote, felt love or feelings of genuine resonance with a connection with others report significantly higher levels of well-being, optimism, and self-purpose. Furthermore, study participants with high felt love scores also displayed elevated extroversion personality scores, while those with particularly low felt love scores were more likely to be especially neurotic. So being loved helps with everything. We already knew that, but now there's the science for it. An Ontario gun shop owner was sort of quoting Don Cherry, but also launched a White Friday sale.
What?
With only 6 weeks left to Christmas, a Pembroke gun shop owner, Lance Perkins, decided to have a gun sale. So on his sign outside the gun store, he wrote, "Gun deals, all you people, come on in, White Friday sale." Which on the surface, you're like, whoa, hey now. But he says this, that he was surprised to find himself defending what he thought was a neutrally worded sign saying, quote, "I've never had a Black Friday sale. I still had one place left on my sign, and to be honest, after poor Trudeau screwed the word black with the blackface scandal, I thought, well, there's no way I can advertise a Black Friday sale. I didn't want to be pulled into that nightmare, so he opted for a White Friday sale because he said that it reminded him of all the snow that was going to be coming for the Christmas season."
Should put that on sign.
Right?
You need a bigger sign, bro.
God. Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas" has broken 3 world records.
Great.
Can you believe? You're not excited about that?
Whatever. It's an okay song.
It's a classic. It's very difficult to write a Christmas classic.
No, I know. Like, it's good.
It is now the highest charting holiday song on the U.S. Hot 100 for a solo artist. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
The most days on the UK singles chart with in the top 10 for a Christmas song. And it is the most streamed track in 24 hours on Spotify for a female artist. One day last December, this song was streamed in one day, 10.8 million streams on one platform in one day.
Wow.
It's a lot.
So, congrats. I just wish she could sing like this again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
fun?
live. Yeah,
Fun.
like live.
Fun.
She's
I agree.
terrible.
I agree.
Like, this is the Mariah I like, but whatever.
Cisco claims that the thong song increased Victoria's Secret's thong sales by 80%.
Tong to tong tong tong. Dumps like a truck. Guys like, what? Let me see that dong. Dun-dun, dun-dun.
Supergirl Melissa Benoist posted a video on IG yesterday where she talked about her period of her life where she was in an abusive relationship and that she is a survivor of domestic violence. And it was just a heart-wrenching video. Melissa Benoist, by the way, Supergirl, right?
Yeah.
And she's
My heart
amazing.
breaks for this girl. I love her so much.
And we'll play you a little bit of the clip now. So there was a story years ago where she had some serious damage done to her face, and it was public because she's a public individual. And so this was Melissa in her video explaining how her abuser, who she doesn't name, so I don't know if I want to name the guy, but she doesn't name him, and the incident that happened that really, really did some serious damage to her eye.
And then he threw something at my face again, only this time it was significantly worse. It was a blow to my face with his iPhone. The impact tore my iris, nearly ruptured my eyeball, lacerated my skin, and broke my nose. My left eye swelled shut. I had a fat lip. Blood was coursing down my face, and I can remember immediately screaming at the top of my lungs. This was too far. I couldn't flush this one down with the tug of the drain. We made up a flimsy story together. I had tripped and fallen on the stairs of our deck and hit my face on a potted plant.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine that you go through that and then you have to publicly explain away the damage as your fault for being clumsy? So this is
right before Supergirl started too.
This is the heartbreaking part. So she had all that damage to her face where it really messed up her eye. And then she has to go on Jimmy Fallon and talk about it and laugh about it.
And then right before you got Supergirl, is this true? Right, like as you're like screen testing for it, you like
the day after I got the part.
You're fighting your dog. You fought a dog.
No, I sacrificed myself for my dog.
All right, Clay, how big is the dog?
She's 5 pounds. She's this
tiny.
big.
All right, tiny. And this little dog did what to you?
She was running up to me to like love me because she loves me. And
the dogs do, yeah.
And I was going down steps and I slipped and fell and hit my eye on a potted plant and tore my iris. My whole face, I looked like Squirt from Finding Nemo. And it was crazy. She was so gnarly looking. And for a long time, it still kind of is that way, but for a long time, this pupil was 8 times bigger than this one. Like it took up my entire iris.
Can you believe that? You have to go on and then laugh about it and make like a real crazy zany joke.
You know what breaks my heart about this and hearing that audio?
Yeah.
Is the fact that not only she had to, well, first of all, she went through that, but she had to make up that story. But the way she tells the story, it's almost as if she had to practice it at home.
Oh, she had told that story
I mean?
over and over and over again.
And had to keep telling it over and over again to other people.
Yeah.
Like almost, I don't want to say perfect it, but perfect it. You know what I mean?
So I saw this tweet yesterday and it went, this is some real Batman stuff. Today I found out the most insane thing that George Clooney did. Clooney did all those Nespresso ads so that he could spend millions of dollars keeping his own private satellite in orbit over Sudan for years to keep track of war crimes being committed by the Sudanese government.
Wait, hold on, stop.
Okay.
George Clooney really is Bruce Wayne?
Thank you.
With all that money?
So this was from an article, I found it. This was from an article in 2013. Quote from George Clooney, most of the money I make on Nespresso commercials, I spend keeping a satellite over the border of North Sudan and South Sudan to keep an eye on Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir. This was Clooney referring to his own spy program, the Satellite Sentinel Project. It's a surveillance program that tracks the Sudanese, the vicious army in an attempt to warn civilians before attacks occur.
Okay, we just all agree here that the most boss thing right now, like George Clooney has set the bar so high.
Thank you.
No celebrity out there can claim their celebrity status until you own your own friggin' satellite to spy on a world leader.
Thank you, dictators. war crimes. He's doing that himself. He put his own satellite in the air.
He's Bruce Wayne. All right, so tell me about this Ellen and Dakota
first of all,
Fanning
Dakota
fight.
Johnson, I love her, and I find her charming, but when she does interviews, sometimes, man, she is super awkward.
Yeah.
And yesterday she was on Ellen, and the whole thing was so weird. The whole interview was so awkward. But there was one moment where they were talking about Dakota Johnson's 30th birthday, where it almost looked like that Ellen and Dakota were like going to start throwing hands.
So happy belated birthday. When was your birthday?
It was October 4th.
October 4th. You turned 30.
I did.
And how was the party? I wasn't invited.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited. Last time I was on the show, last year, you gave me a bunch of about not inviting you, but I didn't even know you wanted to be invited.
Well, who doesn't want to be invited to a party?
Well, I didn't even know you liked me.
Of course I like you. You knew I liked you.
Okay, now it's really awkward.
You've been on the show many times, and don't I show like? Yeah.
But I did invite you, and you didn't come. So
this time you invited me?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
How do you know? I don't think so.
Ask everybody.
Oh!
Ask Jonathan, your producer.
Okay. I was invited? Why didn't I go?
With the name drop?
I don't know.
Was it? Oh yeah, I had that thing. It was probably in Malibu. That's too far for me to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. No, I think I do remember I was invited. Thank you.
No,
but
you know our producer Jonathan, he's getting fired today, bro.
And now it's time for Ask Roz and Mocha.
It's one of my favorite parts of the podcast because we get to answer all the questions that we get through Instagram at Kiss925 and then get somebody on the phone who asked a question in those long series of questions to do it with us live on the phone. Hello. Is this Victoria?
This is. Hello.
How you doing, girl? It's Roz And Mocha. So what's the question you have?
I had, between the three of you, who would win in a chug-off?
A what off?
A chug-off.
Okay.
Chug. Like CHUG?
Yeah.
Like chugging what?
Well, I don't know if you guys can drink beer on the show, so I was like, maybe like a can of pop or something, because it was like super carbonated.
First of all, not it.
Oh, dude, come on!
She said between the three of us.
She said the three.
I'm not chugging pop.
Come on, Victoria. She said between the three of you.
I know, but do you know when the last time I had pop was?
When?
20 years ago?
Well, here's what
now.
Well, here's what I did.
Okay, not it.
Here's what I did. Well, so I'm doing this on myself. I'm doing this on my own.
You didn't say not it, bro.
I brought in.
Listen, I know the rules of not it.
Okay, that's why all the cups are here, right?
Well, the rules of not it in the room is the first person that says not it is
Right.
literally not it. So now it's.
But Roz, I put
Maureen
3
and I.
cups next to you.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Oh.
Also,
I brought in eggnog. I did bring in the pop.
Eggnog?
It's festive.
Oh my God. Do you know how thick eggnog is?
First of all, I would do anything to watch the two of you try and chug eggnog.
Oh, come on!
This may be the greatest thing.
No!
So there's eggnog, pop, and water.
Right.
Oh.
I would do anything to watch the two of you chug eggnog. Victoria, since you're wondering who can chug the most or the fastest, I guess. How are your feelings towards Maury and Mocha trying to chug eggnog?
I think that's the best thing ever. I wish I would have thought of that.
Well, one of the options is water.
But also one of the options is eggnog. And I don't think that you can...
It could be eggnog.
Yeah, and I don't think that you can go water when eggnog is in play.
So water's out?
I think you have to go eggnog.
You have to go eggnog.
So, Mocha, why don't you go over and sit beside Maury?
Man.
Can you do it? You guys each have a giant solo cup in front of you of eggnog in it.
Man, yo. On the carton, made with real dairy cream.
Okay, so I don't know how you want to do this. If you guys want to cheers, and we can do 1, 2, 3, chug.
Man, cheers.
Okay, so when I say 3, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, chug. When I say that, that's when you guys both chug. And you know, chugging is taking in all the liquid in the cup as fast as you possibly can.
I'm going to be so bloated after that.
Am I allowed to put the cream to the starting line?
No, Maury, cup on the table. Why make things so difficult?
I'm just trying to find the
But why are you
rules.
making things so difficult?
I'm not just trying to find
Just
the
put the
rules.
cup on the goddamn table.
Okay, now it's on the table.
Okay, Jesus. Again, this is eggnog. We're going to see who wins. Gentlemen, in 3, 2, 1, chug. Oh, God. Oh, the sound. Oh, wow. That's a lot of eggnog, man. Wow. Mocha's cup is much higher than Maury's. Ow, Mocha's down. Oh, my God.
I had a little bit left.
Holy!
Wow, it's like you've chugged before.
Yeah.
How was that? How was that?
That was so disgusting.
Can I tell you, though? Can I tell you what I'm very impressed with? You don't have one drop of eggnog on your mustache, not one drip on your beard, nothing. It's
professional, bro.
Nothing. Look at Maury. Look at you. Maury looks like a kitten eating for the first time. It's all mashed up all over that face of yours.
You know what? So 2 things. Number 1, super phlegmy right now.
Yeah.
Gross.
Oh,
Number
dude.
2,
Yeah.
I feel the most bloated that any other bloated feeling I've ever had before.
But it was great.
Okay, so there you go, Victoria. That's the answer to your question on who would win in a chug-off.
Is anyone else getting the sweats?
Nah, bro, that's just you. And you're sweaty all the time. So that's not from the eggnog.
So hot in here.
Okay, well, there you go. Thank you, Victoria, so much for your question, love.
Thank you.
All right. So moving on. Maury, don't burp right into your microphone. You can move your microphone. You don't have to burp right into the microphone, man.
There's still some left.
We got that you burped. You know what I mean?
Can you not just be professional? like once, ever.
It's for the podcast.
No, it doesn't matter, man. You still got to be cool. Also, good thing you wore track pants today to work for Maury. You get that belly swell.
Okay.
All right.
I don't feel so good. Sabina says, what's the best way to describe living in Toronto?
Yeah,
Sabina, I don't know if you are from Toronto or outside of Toronto, like listening somewhere else across the country or wherever that you're asking. I love Toronto, man. Dope.
Okay, I will say this. There is only one way to describe living in Toronto from a person who has lived in Toronto
Don't be
for an
like one of those
extended
people that says
period of
lame.
time. No, for any extended period of time, there is only one answer. Like me. Ask me what it's like to live in Toronto.
Hey, Roz, what's the best way to describe living in Toronto?
Yeah, it's fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
I guess, like, if you grew up here
Yeah, it's
and,
fine.
like, your entire life is here.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Nothing else?
No, it's fine.
I was going to say great food, hot guys, and nice summer.
But it's not the best. It's not the place with the best food. It's not the place with the hottest guys. We don't have the best summers. It's fine.
Yeah, summers are okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
I wish our summers were a little bit better.
We have the Hockey Hall of Fame.
That's fine.
Maury, how many times have you been to the Hockey Hall of Fame in your life?
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, once.
Yeah, everything's fine. It's fine. Like there's nothing bad. You don't hate it. Transit, that's fine.
Transit's
pretty bad.
Get-
Transit's pretty bad.
Getting around.
Traffic is terrible.
You know, when you're single, being social with people, because Toronto's a very jaded city, but it's not the worst. But it's fine.
All right.
One of the biggest gay scenes.
That's fine.
Amrita
you're
asks,
not wrong.
when using a public toilet, including at work, do you sit directly on the seat or lay toilet paper down and then you sit?
I don't do that at work.
At all?
No.
What if you have to go?
Never have had to.
Come on.
No, not here.
We've been doing this show, you and I, for like 10 plus years now.
Yeah. Maybe once. Maybe once.
Yeah, but
Yeah, and
sometimes
you've
you've
never-
eaten,
No.
right? Like sometimes you've had a snack.
No.
It doesn't work its way through you.
No. I'm not at like
Really?
it's not an open tube that you drop in like. I'm
not like you.
I'm not.
For anybody who doesn't know, Dan Maury leaves this show. Like when we do the show from 6 to 10, he'll leave
Yeah.
like 3 times during the show to go and poop.
Yeah.
I've also been caught by Roz for not cleaning up my toilet paper.
Yeah, I don't. I would say that I just do a quick little, like I do a thorough clean, but I don't sit on paper. I find that weird.
Yeah.
I just put my arse right on there. And then
I would say like 95% of the time, I put my butt on the toilet seat.
Yeah.
No paper.
No way.
Sometimes I have. Like if I go and if I just suspect, especially if I smell and I know that somebody's been in there already, I might lay some toilet paper down.
I always lay toilet paper down just because like I picture the people I work with and I'm like, I can't share bare bum seat with somebody.
You know, they also picture you, Maury, and you're the reason they lay toilet paper down.
But I lay one on the bottom underneath the seat, horizontal.
Yeah.
Then I put the seat down.
Yeah.
I put another one horizontal over the seat, and then I sort of whisk one over where the pee part goes.
Right. You know what I do is I take toilet paper and first thing I do is I lift the seat and then I lay toilet paper all across the opening of the entire toilet. Right?
Yeah.
And then I put the seat down, then I sit on it, and then I like to try and break through the barrier. with my duty. I like to use such force that I turn it into a game.
That is,
you know what I mean?
disgusting.
I make a basket weave almost of toilet paper under the seat. Then I sit directly on the seat to keep it nice and tight.
Yeah, but
and then I try and force out a duty so I can break right through the barrier.
And if it doesn't break through, it's touching your bum.
What's that?
If it doesn't break through?
Maury, it starts off touching your bum.
No, but
like I don't know how you poop, but poop touches your bum.
I know, but once it's out, you don't want it retouching.
Well, that's you.
Matthew says, "What's the story behind Dammit Maury looking so skinny on his wedding?
First of all,
his wedding pictures
because he starved himself.
Yeah, he starved himself for like a month.
Maury did the big mistake that brides often do with their weddings, which is they starve themselves to the point of where they don't even look recognizable anymore. And then he hired a photographer, and I know damn well he told the photographer to make him look as skinny as possible, and he didn't wear his glasses. So Maury now has wedding pictures where there was the one day in his life where it doesn't even look like him. Like it looks like Matthew married another man.
One, Matthew told me not to wear my glasses because he didn't like them. Two, because if you look, if you look careful at the picture, you could see them in my pocket.
Sure.
Two, so many people said I look like Obama.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many people? So many people. How many
people? A lot
people?
of people that said, dude, you look like Barack Obama.
Yeah. Yeah. Got that skinny neck.
And three, thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah. No, I didn't say you look good. Right.
And it's framed nice and massive in the bedroom.
But you
so
lost,
it's like
you starved yourself and lost a lot of weight.
I
for your
lost
wedding.
25 pounds.
Yeah. And then you also told the photographer to make you look skinny in the retouching. You can tell.
Well, I didn't tell him. Matthew may have.
Right. Yeah. You can tell.
No.
Yeah.
Even with all that weight, Matthew still wanted you to appear skinnier?
Yeah. Yeah. Because Maury still failed. Even after 25 pounds, he still failed.
Damn.
God, yeah. And how fast did you gain all that weight back?
Oh, in about a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, less than 3 weeks.
Right. 3 weeks.
Maria Christina says, Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays?
Merry Christmas. Say it like it is.
I think that it depends on what the occasion is. Like if I'm going to somebody's house and it's Christmas, I'll say, "Hey, Merry Christmas." But I think that if you're just sort of generally out, I don't think there's anything wrong with saying Happy Holidays if the intent is to say Happy Holidays. I think that if your intent is to not offend anybody, so you wind up not saying Merry Christmas but instead say Happy Holidays, I have a problem with that because that's just dumb.
Yeah.
But I don't think that there's anything wrong with saying Happy Holidays. Like Happy Holidays. If I'm leaving you and I'm not going to see you, and you're got to go and do Christmas, and you're going to do New Year's, and you're going to do everything. That's holidays,
sure,
right? Enjoy the holidays. Happy Holidays, right?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I have no problem with even joining the two.
Well, so what you're saying is like Merry Christmas is for the event of if you're actually talking about Christmas. Happy Holidays is if you're like physically going on holiday.
Yeah, like you're just like there's more than one holiday over the holiday season.
There's Hanukkah too,
right? There's Hanukkah, there's New Year's, there's everything, right?
Yeah.
So I have no problem with, oh my God, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Like I have no problem with that.
No, I always just gravitate towards Merry Christmas because I've always said that.
I like saying Merry Christmas, even as somebody who celebrates Hanukkah, just to me, because Christmas isn't a religious thing. Christmas to me is the family warmth and what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the great thing about the holidays, with Christmas being one of them, is that it's really individual. And, I'm not a religious person. There's no...
Wait, did you just say Christmas isn't a religious thing?
For me.
For him, it
for
isn't.
you?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah. Just like for me, Christmas isn't a religious thing at all. There's no religion involved in sort of my holiday planning or my Christmas day or my Christmas Eve. Right?
I can't
it
tell you the last time I went to church, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't exist. And I'm cool with that. I like what Christmas has become. I like that it is, kicking it with family and eating great food. And when I hear somebody say, you know, what's that thing that Christians always say? And I don't want to get down on Christians here, but you know, what's that thing that would remember the reason for the season? You know what I mean? I'm like, but that's that's your reason.
Yeah.
You know, and that's fine, man. You celebrate the way you celebrate. I'm going to celebrate the way I celebrate.
All right, keeping with the Christmas theme, Deborah asks, best Christmas gift you've ever received?
Oh, geez.
Anyone?
The best
While you guys
Christmas
think of it,
gift I've ever received. Go ahead.
I specifically remember getting one year a all-white sweater.
Oh, hot.
On the back of it, it had my name on it. It said Mocha.
Oh.
On the front of it was this giant picture of Hulk Hogan flexing.
Really?
Yeah, one of his famous poses.
That was the best gift you ever received?
That's the one that, like, I always think about it. It always sticks out of my mind.
That's incredible. My parents were always really great with Christmas, and that was they always sort of held back and did like whatever we would consider to be quote unquote the big gift, right?
Yeah.
But the planning that they put into it, I remember, you know, we did the full Christmas, and it was wonderful. It was like fantastic Christmas morning, and my dad didn't have holidays growing up, and they didn't do Christmas and all that stuff. He had shit parents. But so they would always go out of their way to do it. I remember the last thing that my brother and I opened, it was a gift for the two of us, and in the box was a key, and we were like, "What's the key for?" Because we were younger,
yeah,
and we went like all around looking through the house and the garage door, everything where this key fit in. And then we went down to the basement, and there was this weird little room that we had that my dad used to just store stuff in the basement beside the laundry room. And the key fit in that door. And we opened the door, and they had built like this cool computer room office for us.
Oh, yeah?
And in there was a brand new VIC-20.
Ooh!
Right?
Look at you, spoiled guys.
Yeah, so it was a brand new VIC-20.
Yeah.
And really, at the time, all you could do on a VIC-20, like, okay, this was before, people remember floppy disks, right? Okay, this was before floppy disks. So VIC-20 didn't take floppy disks. If you wanted to load a program into a VIC-20, it was a cassette.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the programs came on cassettes, and you would load cassettes in, and that's what ran the program, was like tape. And the most you could do was, there was a paint program where you could just do big blocks. And so I would spend all afternoon, and I was like, oh my God, look what I just did. And my brother's like, oh my God, that's the French flag.
So you use these colored tiny blocks to make a French flag?
That's all you do. And then the rest of it was writing code if you wanted it to do something. So you had to actually sit down and write code. But I remember that feeling of getting that first computer.
Yeah.
And it was really, like, it was incredible. All my other friends got Atari, but we got, VIC-20, which you couldn't really do anything on. And then we graduated to the Commodore 64. And then we had the 64 in that room as well, where you could play Bruce Lee's Kung Fu, which that was a game changer, right? That was a game changer. So that was probably my favorite gift. That was my favorite sort of Christmas moment as a kid, was that just walking into that room and just seeing all the effort and work that they had put in. It was really great.
Maury, can you remember?
Oh, it was
gift?
just 3 years ago. Like, Matthew's so great at getting gifts for me. I'm horrible at gifts for him.
Yeah.
But the one record, like actual album that I've always wanted, and he somehow found it, and it was the Beach Boys. The album Pet Sounds, because it has my favorite song on it, God Only Knows.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember opening that up, and it had a note in it that he wrote for me. Sorry.
What did the note read?
Wait, do you have a picture of the note on your phone?
No,
anywhere?
I don't.
Did you memorize it?
No, it just talked about how much I mean to him, and how he's excited to spend the rest of his life with me, and he's excited to go to New York and marry me.
And sorry, what?
Stop. Can I pause for a second? Whenever Maury starts to cry, you're really bad at it, Mocha.
What?
You interrupt him.
Sorry.
Your voice is at like a level that isn't conducive to crying.
Because
all I want to do is just have the man bawl.
Okay.
And every time he gets going, you interrupt him.
I'm trying to be polite. I want to understand his story, but I can't because he's
Jeez, man.
He's not like. He's not saying the words.
How many men have you made cry in your life? Okay. Let me deal with this. I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
You have to do stuff like this, Maury. Okay, so pause for 1 second. So the note, was it on the record or was it like in
It was
the record?
inside the plastic
Inside
covering of the record.
plastic. Okay.
And so first of all, I opened up. I had no idea that he found it because this is like a $300 record.
Right. And did he know you wanted it?
Oh, he knew I wanted it bad because we went for the longest time to like record stores. I kept
Okay, so you take the record out, and does he say there's something else in there for you?
No, because you could see the folded up piece of
Oh,
paper.
you could see. And so you reach in and you
I
take that
open
out.
it up and I'm reading it and he just talks about how much I mean to him and how much he's excited to go to New York and marry me and spend the rest of my life with him and together. And then we put on the record in that song, God only knows what I would do without you. And it was just so special.
And that's how you make a man cry, Mocha.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Yes.
Is it my turn now?
Yes.
Okay. And that same year, David Moore, what was the gift that you gave to Cam and Matthew?
A jar full of memory.
Hold on. Is that the year that you came in here? Did we talk about this like on the last podcast or something? When you came in here and it was one day before you were to present Matthew with this gift and you said to Roz, hey, I need some memories to write down these stupid pieces of paper to put in a jar to give to Matthew tomorrow?
I'm not done.
Yeah.
I also gave him a leather replica of the George Michael jacket from
the Faith music video.
And what did he do with it?
I think he put it in his closet where it still is now.
Yeah, never wore it.
How many? Oh, that was going to be my question. How many times did he wear that jacket?
No, he asked me if he could sell it too.
Yeah.
Oh.
To make back the money he spent on pet sounds.
Did he cry when he got the jacket?
Not a tear.
No.
What about the memory jar?
Not a tear.
Did he read any of the memories?
Nope.
Oh, he hadn't even opened the jar?
No.
Oh. Ouch, savage.
No, because he opened the one from me first, and then he looked at it and he's like, "Oh, cool," and put it down, and then he's like, "Here, you open this."
Oh no!
Right.
All right. Yo, I'm still bloated from that eggnog earlier. I gotta sit down for a minute. Oh my god, my stomach hurts. All right. Let's see here. Sharon says this: Roz, the way you pronounce Italian is different with an Ottawa Valley accent.
What does that mean? How do I say?
Just wondering why no one in Toronto pronounces the second T in Toronto. You say it like Toronto.
Yeah. I say Toronto, but Roz, you go Italian.
Yeah, I say, listen, I say Italian, right? Because it drives Italians crazy. That's the way, it's a troll.
But I think that you've said it so much that it's just now common for you to say
yes.
Italian.
Yes. A good friend of mine who's Italian, she's put messages through to mutual friends that we have where she's like, if she ever sees me, she's going to slap me across the face.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because it drives her, and she listens to the show, it drives her so nuts.
Do you say it when you're alone? Like if you want to order Italian food with Catherine, do you say Italian food?
If I'm with Catherine, yes. If Roxy's in the room, no, because I don't want Roxy to sort of pick up things that I just use to troll people. I don't want her to think that that's how you actually say things.
Fair,
right?
fair.
Yeah.
Patrick has this question for us. Have any of you considered doing voice acting?
I do voice acting.
Yeah, no, you don't.
No, I am a voice actor.
No, you're
I'm
not.
in the union.
You're not a voice actor.
What was the last gig you got?
Okay, but that's not important.
Yeah, it is.
When was the last voice acting job you did?
Last year for the company Moneris.
Which is what?
It's like the Interact, like the people that make
And what did you have to do?
I was the guy that was, like, I was not the voice person. I was the actor in it, right? So I was playing the guy that wanted, to use the debit machine.
Right.
So what was your line? Like, I can't wait to use this debit machine?
No, something along the lines of, hi there, I'd like to pay debit, please.
That was your line?
Well, yeah, they hired me.
Uh-huh. All right. And then what?
And then somebody else said something, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'll just tap.
Yeah. No.
And then after that,
Then the lady comes in, and it was just like, Moneris.
Oh, okay. And then after that, what, like the offers for voice acting or just regular
I audition
acting
all the time.
started
I just
coming in?
auditioned today for participation.
Right. It's really tough. Maury goes on a lot of auditions,
I
man.
know.
Like a lot of auditions.
You're like Joey from Friends.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah. And it's a tough game to
Oh.
try and land something.
When you actually, because a lot of the times now you do what us actors call self-taping.
Yeah.
Sorry, us actors call it what?
Self-taping,
Uh-huh.
where you just do it at home and send it in. But when you actually have to go to the studios and you're in the waiting room and there's like 20 other people there,
Yeah.
and you see the people who sound just like you, and and you're like, I might as well just go home?
We were talking about this, and that is the sort of voiceover world. There was always a place for guys like Maury who, one, love the sound of their own voice, and two, do that like sort of deep movie voice guy
in a world
garbage. There was always a place for those guys, but now all those guys are being replaced by actors.
Yeah.
So it's people who are actors are now taking up all the voice work because they're extremely versatile. And they're used to the process, and they can sort of do different. They can read things that doesn't sound like a big phony announcer, like what Maury specializes in. Maury specializes in that sort of old school big phony announcer kind of thing.
Well, because that was always my dream, and when I started having that dream, that's what everybody sounded like.
Those are the people that were making money, and those are the people that were making very good money. But Maury didn't adapt to the times, and
I've tried. Let me speak for myself.
Okay, go ahead then.
No, I just did. I tried.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, and how's that working for you?
Yeah.
Well, we're still trying.
Yeah, but it's a tough game. There used to be so much money in that world, and voiceovers and stuff like that. I know people where that's their only job, and they live brilliant lives.
There's one guy that I know, and he can change his voice so much.
Yeah.
He is literally on everything.
Yeah.
Who?
I hear his voice when I go to the movies.
Yeah.
I hear his voice on ads when we watch Treehouse in our house.
Yeah.
I hear him when we are doing this radio show on commercials that run during our show.
Yeah, and he makes decent money.
Dude, he quit his regular job was a radio announcer.
Yeah.
His side job was doing voice work.
Right.
Less than a year after his voice work like really took off, he quit his radio show and he is only doing voice acting. He travels everywhere now.
Yeah, it's
He has
crazy.
clients like all over the world.
Yeah, and so that's the sort of way it is now, is that actors sort of occupy that space.
Second City people get a lot of the gigs.
Yeah, actors.
Yeah, because
My favorite, right? So I have two favorites right now. So John Hamm in any of these Skip the Dishes commercials.
He's really great.
Those are so funny.
Yeah, he's really great.
So I love that. And then, I'm pretty sure it's Kristen Bell. She does the Hilton ads.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like her, and she has such a nice
I
voice.
thought you were going to say the Leon's commercials.
Oh, Leon's is my favorite.
I love those. Are brilliant.
No, as a commercial, but like for voices, the Hilton one with Kristen Bell, and then the Skip the Dishes with John Hamm. Those are my favorites.
Yeah, I like those. I'm trying to think. Kristen Bell, first of all, because you brought her up, is so wonderful.
Have you ever met her?
Here's the thing: is that Catherine just spent like hours and hours with her. She shot her a couple of weeks ago.
She's a photographer, not like with guns.
Yeah, Catherine's a photographer, my girlfriend, and so she did this shoot with Kristen Bell, where like they were like jumping on the bed and all these like where they were wearing pajamas and like all this like really cool stuff. And my only thing with people is I'm like, because I had met Kristen Bell a few times, but it was in the context of interviewing her and stuff like that, and I always found her really cool. But you never know how somebody is until you see the way that they treat the people around them, until the way that they treat their assistant, their staff, their hair, makeup, wardrobe, whatnot. And Catherine was like, she was just an absolute joy to work with.
Yeah, that makes me so happy.
Just really, really loved her.
I like her a lot.
Super great. And so, I think she's right now probably my favorite as far as anybody who is in that game, anybody who acts or does the crossover between acting and selling stuff and, marketing yourself. I think Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard really do. They're the two of them together are this fantastic combo. I love
a man
them.
and a woman.
Yeah.
Kristen Bell.
See, can you believe people used to pay for this?
I know.
You know what I mean?
Now that you think about it, it sounds ridiculous.
Right?
In a world.
Ashley, we'll end on this question. Ashley said, did that guy ever change his 1-star review? So on Apple Podcasts, we have all these great reviews. So thank you to everyone who logged into your account and left a 5-star rating and also a review on the podcast. And there was one person who accidentally left a 1-star review. And in the description, he was like, I don't know how to change the 1 star. This was an accident, guys. I'm really sorry. So I haven't seen his name pop up with a correction or him give another a 5-star rating or whatever.
Right.
But Ashley, that person did not.
No.
As far as I know, as far as I've seen, it's not changed.
I tried going through the back end to see if you can like delete it. You can't even do that.
No.
Yeah.
Why would you delete it? You can't do that. You
No,
can't go.
and then like see if I can even message him saying I'll delete this if you want to do it again.
Oh,
You can't even do that.
You can't. No, you can't. They're tight over there, man.
Well, if you do want to leave a review, just Apple Podcasts is where we get them from. That's, you can leave a rating and review. We try to read as many as we can as possible. So thank you for that.
Leave
and of course,
a review now.
All of these questions come from Instagram at Kiss925 once a week or a couple times a week. We'll post a picture that says Ask Roz and Mocha, and that's where we get the questions from.
Ask Roz and Mocha.
This has been the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Powered by Air Transat. Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.